Alright everybody, what's up? This is your boy. I'm back. For those that don't know, my name is Joey. Most people know me by Snow Rock. Snow Rock, most people done heard of him. If you haven't, if you know somebody that's been incarcerated, ask them. They probably heard of it. For the people that first time viewers, spent most of my life incarcerated. Grew up in southeast San Diego. Ended up becoming a neighborhood CRIP, doing a lot of prison time, and in prison had a lot of issues because I was, I was a CRIP and I was white, and the white inmates didn't like that too much. Anyway, I survived all that, and I'm still here, still going, still can't stop, and still won't stop. So let's get going. I got one I wanted to talk about. Prison politics. So this is basically prison politics 101. For most people, don't know nothing about prison. It's a lot more than just doing time. So what I've been doing is I've been writing this stuff down. So I write it out and then I read it as I go. So work with me. Check me out. So for those that don't know who I am, my name is Joey. Most people know me by Snow Rock. White Crip out of San Diego. Grew up in southeast San Diego where the neighborhood Crips was at. At the time I had been put out the first time I was 13. I was taken in by the community and one of the homies put me in the spot to sell rocks. This is 1985, so if anybody's from San Diego, just try and think of Southeast back in 1985. And if you don't know, ask somebody. You can go check out my other videos. While you're there, subscribe, like, share. Share them with somebody. There's some good stuff on there. Some of them somebody needs. You know somebody that needs some of that stuff. So check your boy out. Uh, Now I want to talk about prison politics. What are prison politics? Well, in prison, people think you just go in there and you do your time and that's it. That's not the way it is. First, let me explain. When I talk about prison, I am talking about the way things were when I was in there. Things are a lot different now. It's changing. I've been out for a little while and I'm saying, not planning on going back. I done gave my time. I done did more than my time. I done did too much time. So I'm out here living life. And this is a good life. I ain't fucking this one off. You know, I got a I got a good life. So things are changing, and inside it's always going to be bad, but it's getting worse. When I was in there, it was a little better than it was. Some people might think, no, you know what I'm saying. Well, yeah, I think so. You know what I mean. Because that right now the way things are with the SNYs and the GPs and mixing everything up, the staff is doing that because they've created the situation where most of the prison population is SNY or PC. That's crazy. But that's the way they did it. And when I first came to prison, it was only like 2 prisons that were known that had PC yards. So it's different now. So when you go to prison, you go to reception. That's where you get classified, where they make the decision of, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying, this person is this, he should go to level one, which is to fire camp or something like that. Or this one, you know what I'm saying, he's a repeat offender, he's violent, he's this and that. Oh, he's going to go to level three or level four, because it's a point system and your points go up according to your activity. So the more activity you have, the more points you have. You can't help it. That's the way it goes. So, if you have a little time, you have a few points. If you have a lot of time, you have a lot of points. If you have a lot of problems, if you get into a lot of stuff, all that stuff adds up. Each year, you're able to drop points for good behavior, which, I'm saying, don't really work out for some people. I was a screw up. I started out level one and worked my way all the way up. I paroled after 3 years. I was 1 point away from level four. In one of the worst level threes, Corcoran, back in the 90s. I paroled in 1994 from Corcoran. And, I'm saying, it was rough in Corcoran. People wasn't playing. So anyway, they set you up to put you in a level that your custody level. This is where they feel you should be. Sometimes that's wrong. Sometimes it doesn't matter where you go. You're gonna, what I'm saying, deal with it, because they have people that come in, and just aren't made for this. That's why the SNY population kept growing, because people kept getting a pass to go to the safety zone, to the other side where you're going to be protected. When I was in there last, the SNYs were more active, more violent than the general population. But these are people who have dropped out of gangs and told all their, what I'm saying, business, and then went to SNY, and then created a new gang of SNYs. I don't, what I'm saying, don't understand. I was GP my whole time. Every prison I ever went to, they wanted me to go SNY, or back then it was called PC. They wanted me to go in the PC. And, what I'm saying, I'll go wherever you put me. Just put me out somewhere and I'll deal with whatever comes my way. And I always have. And I, what I'm saying, I'm still here to tell a story. Some people ain't. Some soldiers fell along the way. You know what I mean? I'm not the only white CRIP. I'm not the first white CRIP. I'm just somebody who went through some things. Check it out. So they classify you by your points, and that makes you a level one or a level two, which is minimum security, because it's considered dorm living. You're not in a cell. And then you have level three and level four, which is maximum security, which is cell living. And it's different there. Level three, you get to go out at night for a few hours, when it's dark. And level four, you don't see the darkness. You'll never see the dark in the sky unless you're, going somewhere, being escorted by staff. So it's different. And level four has the big wall around it to where you can't see outside. Level three, you have a couple chain link fences with electrified fence in the middle, but you can see through that. You can see the outside world. But level four, you're not even allowed to see outside. The wall is, 10, 12 feet high, concrete, brick or whatever. So anyway, they figure out what level you are in classification, in reception. And then from there, you go to wherever, your designated place is, whether it's level one, level two, minimum security, or so on. There is one other level that I haven't spoke on. That's level 5. That's death row. And I don't know nothing about that. Now, the politics in prison are different for everyone. Every race has its own groups and leaders and can make things better or worse for the whole group. The leader is the leader, and if the leader is not a leader, whole cars have crashed. And when I say crashed, I mean got into a situation where, they couldn't win, or, it was just bad for that group. I was one of the exceptions because I was white, but I ran and housed with the blacks. Now, the prison politics inside that, is a big no-no because the whites have rules and regulations. They have their bosses and their leaders who say, okay, this is the way it's going to be. And I personally, I was told I was considered a race traitor. So the reason I was considered a race traitor was because I ran with the blacks. I housed with the blacks. I'm a CRIP. And it's like, how are you a CRIP? You're white. It's like, well, I am. That's it. I don't give a fuck. This is where I came from. This is how I came up. This is who I came with. This is, how I'm going to walk through it. And if you got a problem, let's go. So, a couple times I had to go. And it was, it was either fight and survive or, die. What was my other choice? And go SNY. And that wasn't, that's just not something I'm willing to do. That's not my get down. That's not, how I was raised. I was raised, can't stop, won't stop. And you make shit happen. If you don't, then it ain't gonna happen. So, I'm not here trying to brag and I'm a tough guy and none of that. I'm not. I'm beat the fuck up. I done been through too much. But I'm still here. People don't understand. I'm still here. What? Can't stop. Won't stop. And that ain't never gonna change. But anybody can do it. Everybody has the ability. I don't understand why people sit around on the sideline with their thumb in their nether regions. Get up. Let's go. If I want something, I'm going to make it happen. If people don't know me, you don't know. Keep watching, I'll show you. I'll show you. Back to the story. Now, not all whites hated me. Many that I met over the years have told me that they don't agree with the rules, but they have to follow. And I've even met people who were upper level, bosses from the other side who were like, man, look, I don't agree with what you're doing, but I respect you for staying down for what you believe in. You know what I mean? Most people would have folded up, gave up. It takes heart. I don't think you're smart, but it takes heart. And I respected him. You know what I mean? We ended up getting down in a situation, later on down the line. But, even after that, it was a mutual respect thing. I have respect for him. I understand his, prison politics kept him from being the man he was. And that's the thing, you got to always be a man first before you anything else. Before I'm a CRIP, I'm a man. Before I'm, a husband, I'm a man. Before I'm an employee, I'm a man. Before I'm a hooster, I'm a man. And that's what motherfuckers is missing out on. It's a lot of kids running around here thinking they men. I used to be one of them. I didn't become a man till I was in my 30s. That's sad. But I used to think I was a man. I was confused. I was lost. When I was 14, I had my own apartment selling dope. I thought I was, when you got your own place, when you know what I'm saying, my dad used to beat it into my head. Boy, well, as long as you under my roof, you gonna follow my rules. Okay? You know what I'm saying? So when I get under my own roof, then I follow my own rules. Damn. 14? Yeah. I thought I was a man. I wasn't. I was still a little kid, pretending, playing, trying to be something. But look what that evolved into. It was crazy because I met a white dude who was married to a black woman and he wouldn't let her visit him because he didn't want his people to know. And he showed me pictures and was like, you know what I mean, I think you's a bride. You know what I mean? Fuck what anybody else thinks. You know what I mean? How you gonna have a wife that you ashamed of that you won't allow come visit you, or you know what I mean? But each to his own, you know what I mean? Not my place. I've had situations, where in prison there was a white Muslim. And it was like, well, Snow, are the whites gonna do anything? And people asking me, you know what I'm saying? Like, what they gonna do? He grown. He's a man. If they got a problem, tell them to step up. You know what I mean? When I was in prison, my main thing was I was told from the beginning by one of my homeboys that really cared about me. He was like, man, don't count on people to have your back. Don't count on nobody to have your back in prison. Because when you start counting on somebody to have your back, that's when you're going to get stabbed in your back. So I always stayed to that. You know what I mean? Keep your enemies close. Watch your homies. It's told to us over and over. It's trained and taught. But people, if you don't listen, if you ain't catching, if you ain't paying attention, then you miss out on a lot. And you know what I'm saying? The people that know me know I was paying attention. Even when most people wasn't. I even had a lot of whites tell me when their people were planning to do something to me. Now that had me survive on several occasions. Because, if they really wanted to, I think they could have got me. Because it was staff. They had, it was certain, you got racial staff who aren't, aren't, shouldn't be officers. You know what I mean? But you have it everywhere. It's not just, it's not just in the pigs. It's not just in the COs, whatever you want to call them, because I did a lot of time, and some of the staff, some of the staff are okay. They just there to do their job, and go home. They're not trying to do no extras. They're not trying to make my life harder, because that's the way I took it. If you can't come to work to make my life hard, because this is my life. I'm stuck up in this cage and I don't know if I'm getting out. So this is my life. So when the cops mess with me or do something, I'm ready to go. Whatever you want to do, however you want to take it, I'm ready. Because this is all I got. I don't have nothing else. I don't have nothing to go to. I don't have a place to go when I get out. I don't have nothing. All I have is right there on that yard, and that's the thing. With the way racial issues were, I had staff, who helped inmates try and do something to me. And like I said, I've been stabbed 13 times. I've been shot by block guns. I've been pepper sprayed. I've been beat with billy clubs. I've been beat with flapjacks. Ran through a couple people. You know what I mean? I'm known for my hands. I'm not a tough guy. I don't mess with nobody. You know what I mean? But I ain't just run from there, motherfucker. I try. I try and avoid, but it's hard. It's hard because inside there's a beast and he just wants to smash. And people don't understand that holding it together is not an easy job. But the rewards are worth it. All right. From my experiences, most whites didn't have a problem with me. It was the ruling class or the bosses inside who make the policy. And rules were clear. As a white person in prison, I am not allowed to eat, drink, smoke, or sleep with or after a black person. I break all those rules. I live in the cell with a black. I smoke with blacks. I drink with blacks. I eat with blacks. Damn. What you gonna do? But that's the thing, because, you know, in prison, it's other races who are they're cracking on the Hispanics. So, you know what I'm saying? You know, the Hispanics are cracking on the white boys. Oh, y'all got a white CRIP in there. You allow that? Oh, that's how y'all get down? Oh, and they pumping them up. Why? Because they want to see a show too. They waiting for them, you know what I'm saying, you know, to get the white CRIP. Oh, yeah, they will get the white CRIP off the yard. But years and years go by, and each time it's tried, Snow Rock survives. And the legend grows. Because, you know, people, you ain't got to go by. You ain't got to go by what I say. You ain't got to believe what I'm saying. There's records. Everything can be checked. I'm not ain't none of my cases sealed or none of that. You know, I've been in prison most of my life. I spent over 20 years in California Department of Corrections surviving. That's it. All I was doing was surviving. Now I'm out here living. This is living. This is life right here. Because I've been out here living good. I work. Don't get it wrong, you know what I'm saying? I ain't out here, you know what I'm saying, you know, doing dirt. I'm out here legit, all legit. Can't touch this. Man, look, best life I ever had. Stay tuned, and I'll show you a little bit more. I just don't know, you know what I'm saying, you know, how to do it yet, but I'm working on it. I'm getting it together. Stay with me. We got some upcoming stuff to look forward to. If you can, if you like what I'm talking about, if you like the content, you like the storyteller, look here, click that subscribe, hit that like, and share this with somebody. I need to get my numbers up, people. Help your boy out. I'm going to stay with it. Y'all stay with it. Stay safe. And always, can't stop, won't stop. Never.